Michael here at drawingteachers.com. We're going to do a bubble letter name, and in this lesson we're going to do Emily. I've got several friends named Emily, and if you're Emily, I hope you enjoy this, or if you're making this for an Emily, I'm going to start with a baseline and a top line, basically indicate where my name is going to be, and I'm going to just sketch, just write Emily out real quick, and I notice it's 5 letters and the I's right in the middle, so I'm going to put that I right in the middle here, and I'm going to do an L and a Y, and what I'm going to do with the Y, I'm going to let the arm of the Y cut in over the L a bit. That'll close in some of that space. Now, the M is often bigger than, say, the I or the L. So I'm going to bring the M over, and I'm going to let it nudge up against the I, and I'm actually going to bring that I over just a little bit, since it can be thinner. And then we're going to come over here, and we'll place an E right there. Okay, so I can see we still have some empty space over here that doesn't look so great, and that sometimes happens with a word that ends with a Y. You get kind of a weak space over here. What we can do is we can make this Y a little larger to fill that space in, and we even put a base on that Y and help us fill that in over there. So now that we've worked on that, actually I don't know if that base will really work, but we'll try it. Let's go ahead and make bubble shapes out of these letters. And what we'll do is make large ovals around the different parts. And I'll make these sort of really large and puffy here. Make that one almost round in the middle. And here on the M, alright, I got the E and the M. Now remember we bumped the I over a bit, and as I'm getting the M, it's crowding the I. I'm going to go ahead and let it bump over just a little more, and also with the L, and this is going to solve some of the trouble I was having with the Y. So basically I'm just using that line as the edge now, and it's totally okay to do this. I mean, as you draw your letters, you know, adjust as you go. It's all a process of correction and making adjustments so that you're happy with the way the letters are coming out. So I encourage you, as you do your letters, you know, be bold. Just go ahead and do your own thing with them. If you don't like it, you can always just do it again. Okay, pretty happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and get a marker out. Got this black marker here. It happens to be a Sharpie marker, but any marker would work. If you're going to use the Sharpie, I would encourage you to have another piece of paper back behind it, because the Sharpie will bleed through regular paper. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and start drawing the top of that, and just taking my pick of the line here, and I wanted really a large round center to that E, and a big fat top and bottom of that, and then come down around here, and I'm just using my wrist as a pivot to pull that line right there. But you always want to pull that line towards you if you can. Alright, coming here with the M. And I'm already smearing the letters, so I'm going to use a piece of paper as a shield. Pull that towards me. Alright, we got our eye. And it's interesting if in places you let these little pieces of curves sort of cut into each other. I wouldn't let it go too deep. Just add some character to the letters there. The I and now the L. I'm going to hold my paper so it doesn't move on me. Alright, so I had this nice big fat base on the E, and this is looking similar to that, so I'm going to fatten that up a little bit from what I have sketched, and I want that repetition of that curve and that curve in there. So look for those opportunities for repetition in your letters. That helps make the letters look like they belong together. Alright, there we go. Great looking Emily in bubble letters. Let's clean that up and we'll put some effects on it. I'm using my kneaded eraser. I'll rub that off some. And again, I really seem to get the best look if I start by rolling it. Get most of that off. Now if you've done this on paper at home, I'm hoping you have drawn a lot lighter than I have. I definitely am pushing down a lot with this soft pencil so that it really shows up well on the video, because with all these lights. Now this has gotten really cruddy dirty, so I'm going to open my drawer here and I'm going to get out the eraser here that I got from the store. And I'm going to cut that open. This is the way it comes here. That's a block. And then I'm going to cut a crease in that. Now I've got a new piece to work with. There's many drawing videos as we're doing here. We're probably going to have to get some more kneaded erasers. And as I erase, I am holding the paper and I am pushing pressure away from my hand so as not to crinkle the paper. And I think my fingers are dirty too, so dirty fingers will make for a dirty paper. So be sure that every now and then you check your hands and see if you're not the culprit for the smudges that are getting onto your drawing. Alright, it's looking pretty good. Okay, back to our marker. I'm going to put in a little effect down here, which is kind of like a reflection, helping to give a roundness to those, and I put a little dot on the end of those. And what's up with the dots? Well, I'm just kind of having fun here, and these are graffiti bubble letters. A lot of this is about personal expression. I can do just about whatever you want with them. Do a little dash. Alright, so now got that taken care of. I'm feeling like this needs something up in here, so I'm just going to add a little something there and something there, just because it felt bare, felt like it needed it, and a little something right there, and just kind of look at it and get a feeling as you're drawing. You know, do I need to add something somewhere? All right, so now what we can do is we can add a drop shadow to this. Again, a drop shadow is pretty easy. You just follow the contours of the letters, except you step it over a bit. So here we're going to have that come in there. And let's see that. It's a little tricky. That'll cut right in there. Got the M, and we'll cut in here. We're going to fill this in black, so if you have to make corrections, that's fine. Okay, here I'm going to come to the top, pull down, pull around like that. The L will do that. That's inside of the Y, we'll do that. And that whole part, that's going to be filled in there, and that whole part is going to be filled in black there. And on the M here, we're going to do a little bit right there. Alright, let's fill that in. It's a chance for me to fix up the bottom of that M. There was a little mistake in there, and see a little problem in there, and just correct that a little bit. Again, you know, drawing's just a series of corrections. Just make a mistake. You can either fix it or make it part of the design. You know, it's not really a mistake if it's intentional, or you make it look intentional like you meant to do it. It's all good. Alright, we have outlined several of our designs, but I think we're going to add a cloud around this, sort of a cloud background effect. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to start somewhere on a curved section of this, and I'm going to draw a curve, and then I'm going to come in, not just right to the point, but close to it. I'm going to draw a smaller curve, and then I'm going to come off the side of that and draw another. Okay, I had run out of tape there, so we're picking up again with drawing the little cloud shapes and just doing small overlapping little shapes, little curves. And sometimes they're going to be short, sometimes they're going to be long and almost full circle. Well, not quite a full circle, maybe a 3/4 one. And the idea is to change the rhythm of them so that they don't end up all the same. And continuing with the cloud background effect. And here the key is make some smaller ones. And I'm sort of following the contour of the letters, just letting things work their way in and out. And now we're going to figure out how we're going to unite these, and we'll just do that right there. Okay, so now we have this cool cloud around Emily, and you know how we added these little these little dot effects to these. I'm going to add some of that to the cloud too, and I'm going to add them, but more as just a series of little lines, which creates little curved lines, which creates sort of a shadow to one side, or a shading. Some of these don't really have room for all that. Some of them will have room for more. These don't really have as much because they're facing the other way, so alright, there's a cool shadow effect, and I guess as a last something to do, we could add some little sparkles around it just by drawing little lines away from a center point. Of course, if you think all this extra backgrounding and stuff like that is just too much, well, you don't have to do it. You can stop before you get to this stage. The other videos, I'm trying to do something a little different on each name, so you can look at the other names, see what we've come up with for backgrounds on those and for effects. In the field of stars, you're going to have some bright shiny stars, and you're going to have some little ones and some dots. This would be fun to cover a notebook with or something like that. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video of how to draw Emily in bubble letters, and I hope you have fun drawing bubble letters. I encourage you to check out drawingteachers.com for a lot of drawing lessons online that are free for you to look at and to draw from, and also please subscribe to our channel. I want to get a good subscriber list so we can let a lot of people know about names that are coming up, and if you have friends who you'd like to see their name up here, go ahead and suggest their name in the list, and as we get a growing group of names, probably start to try to organize those by alphabetically or something. It'll be fun to see how many names we can come up with. Take care, have fun drawing, and we'll get you more videos later.